which is focused on an overview of the state of practice of BIM in the AEC industry in the United States. Do we have the presenters in the room?
No, I think they're online. Or wait, I can check if we have some video.
Okay. It's paper ID 88.
Yeah, so they uploaded a video, so I'm going to play it right now.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Makram Bouhatoum. Hello, everyone. My name is Makram Bouhatoum. I'm currently a PhD student at the University of Kentucky. Welcome to this video where I'm going to be presenting our paper entitled Overview of the State of Practice of BIM in the AEC Industry in the United States. Throughout this video, I'm going to start with the background of this work, the objective and the methodology, and elaborate on the findings. So to begin with, Construction 4.0 is reshaping the architecture, engineering, and construction industry with the wave of technological advancement that it's bringing for construction organizations. Now, one major component at the center of this transformation is building information modeling, or BIM. Studies that investigated Construction 4.0 identified BIM as a major enabler for this transformation. Thus, given its essential role in advancing the industry, the continuous investigation of BIM in the AEC industry is critical to keep both academicians and practitioners updated on the latest state of adoption of BIM inside the industry. This paper provides just that, as it provides an overview of the state of practice of BIM in the USA. To do that, we've conducted a survey with 128 construction practitioners in order to answer the following 5 research questions over here, which we're going to be going through them throughout this video. The types of companies that we received respondents from included general contractor construction management, GCCM, MEP trades, owner, architects, engineers, and owners representatives. So starting with the first research question, which is why are companies not using or requiring BIM? To answer this question, analysis was broken into 2 groups. Group 1 had architecture engineers, GCCM, MEP trades, and owners representatives, while Group 2 had owners. So 13% for Group 1 indicated that they do not use BIM. The majority of this 13% said that they do not use it due to high cost of implementation or because it's not requested or required by the owners. As for Group 2 owners, 57% said that they do not require the use of BIM. And the most frequent reason that we saw in our survey was because of high cost of implementation. Now, on the other hand, to answer why are companies using or requiring BIM, 87% of Group 1 said that they do use BIM. So if any respondent indicated that they do use BIM, the follow-up question was, what are the initial reasons that led your organization to use BIM, and what are the reasons that your organization continues to use BIM? So the initial reason for using BIM is shown through the yellow bars, while the continuous reason is shown through the green bars. So as we can see in the figure, from those 87%, the majority decided to start using BIM to improve project performance, stay competitive, and foster a culture of collaboration and innovation. And those 3 reasons continue to be the main reasons why those organizations continued to use BIM after their initial decision. On the other hand, we can see that while 52% said that their initial decision to use BIM was marketing, this is no longer the case when they continue to use BIM, where this percentage decreased to 34%, indicating that marketing is an initiative to use BIM, but is not a main reason why organizations continue to use it. As for Group 2 owners, 43% said that they require the use of BIM, and mostly this requirement stems from the need to improve project performance as well. Now, for the third research question, what are the most common BIM practices? we identified 13 different BIM practices from literature, and we asked the companies to identify their level of usage for each of those practices. As we can see in the figure, the most used practices were clash detection, visualization, design collaboration, and understanding constructability. While on the other hand, 55% said that they do not use BIM for environmental analysis, and 49% said that they do not use BIM for safety simulations. Now, if a respondent indicated that they actually use BIM for this particular practice, they were asked to rate on a scale of 1 to 5 that level of usage, with 1 being very low and 5 being very high. So the respondents' overall average for each BIM practice is displayed in the table over here. So upon performing cluster analysis, we can see that the highest cluster, which shows the most used practices for BIM, were concurrent with the figure that we've seen, which is clash detection, design collaboration, visualization, understanding constructability. Cluster 2 was space validation, virtual mockups, digital fabrication, site logistics, and estimating or quantity takeoff. And finally, cluster 3, which shows the lowest level of usage of BIM. It was for 4D scheduling, facility management, environmental analysis, and safety simulations. Now, in addition to this, the average level of usage of BIM was also broken down by company type, as shown in this heat map. The darker the color means the higher the average level of usage of BIM. Now, we performed a statistical analysis to try and understand if this average level of usage varies between one company type and the other. We saw that the level of usage is mostly similar between companies, except for the following 3 practices. With clash detection, we show that GCCM have a significantly higher average level of usage than MAP trades. We also saw that GCCM significantly use BIM for site logistics more than owners, representatives, and owners. Also saw that MAP trades significantly use BIM for site logistics more than owners' representatives. We also saw that in the case of 4D scheduling, GCCM have a significantly higher average level of usage than MAP trades. Now, regarding what is the usage of BIM for the different construction stakeholders and how is this usage perceived by the different company types, we asked respondents to indicate that who are the stakeholders that use BIM in their organizations on a scale of 1 to 5. 1 again being very low and 5 being very high. And the results are shown in this table. Upon performing cluster analysis, we can see that the stakeholders that mostly use BIM in organizations, regardless of type, are architects, engineers, and project engineers. This is followed by project managers, superintendents, and foremen. And finally, owners, representatives, workers, facility managers, project executives, and inspectors were the group that used BIM significantly less than clusters 1 and 2. We also, for each stakeholder level of usage, we broke it as well down by company type, as seen in this heat map. Again, the darker the color, the higher the average level of usage of BIM. The analysis of this heat map showed that the respondents working for different types of companies have, on average, similar perception of the level of usage of BIM, except for the following 3 stakeholders. First, for architects and engineers working in GCCM companies reported a higher level of usage of BIM than compared to architects, engineers who work in MEP trades. Also, in the case of superintendents who work in GCCM and MEP trades reported a higher level of usage of BIM than superintendents who work in architecture engineering firms. And last but not least, for foremen working in MAP trades reported a higher level of usage of BIM than foremen who worked for GCCM. So where is BIM used across the project lifecycle, and how does this usage vary by company types? So the use of BIM was investigated throughout the 7 construction project lifecycle phases shown in this table. Again, the perceived usage of BIM throughout these phases varied between respondents. where we asked them to indicate the level of usage on a scale of 1 to 5 for each of those 7 phases. Results are reported in this table. So as we can see here, cluster 1 was design, pre-construction, construction, and planning, while cluster 2 was commissioning, operation, maintenance, decommissioning. So in this case, phases in cluster 1 use BIM significantly more than the phases of cluster 2. Again, the perceived level of usage of BIM throughout the life cycle of the construction project, we broke it down by company type. The analysis of this heat map showed that all companies have similar perception of the level of usage of BIM in each of the 7 phases of the life cycle of a construction project. We did not see any significant difference at any level of those project phases. I would like to thank you for listening for this presentation, where we recap the use of BIM in the US construction industry through a survey that we performed on construction practitioners. If you have any questions, please do direct them to the 2 emails shown here. Also, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, ResearchGate, or Google Scholar using the QR codes shown on this slide. Thank you again.
All right. Yeah, I think, yeah, as was shown in the video, if anyone is looking for extra like Q&A, you can definitely reach out to the authors.